Welcome to the Greatest Showman movie review with your ringleader, your host, your star, Corey. Today is a wonderful musical movie review of The Greatest Showman, starring the only X-Men to always kick everyone's ass and have the pipes to sing and make angels weep, Hugh Jackman. Also starring Zac Efron, Michelle Williams, Rebecca Ferguson, and Zeta. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. This movie was a musical, if you haven't noticed. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend you see this. This was a wonderful musical rendition of a true story about P.T. Barnum and Bailey, the true ringleader who brought Barnum and Bailey's circus to life. It's a story of how one man, from rags to riches, shocked and awed the world through his big top show of one night, and went throughout the nation, shocking and awing all viewers that came to see his show. With spectacular sights as flying trapeze, elephants, lions, tigers, and bears. There was no bears. But oh my! He fell in love with a wonderful woman when he was at the age of 7. But due to the fact that he was not rich, their love was a cross lover through the the trials and errors of being with someone that was a higher standard of life. But he promised, and he kept following his dreams to make her happy and to do whatever he could do to be with her till the end. It brought him happiness, sorrow, excitement, and dreams that he could not imagine to come true. So, during his quest to perfect his greatest show of all time, Barnum and Bailey found unique people of size, color, race, and traits. And it first started out as a freak show at the time, where you had a small person. Someone's seen a small person before? Yes, you're 5'6". It's not small. Okay, you're 4 foot. No, I mean, I'm talking about a small person. I'm talking about, mini-me. No one's ever seen a small person before. A dwarf. He had people who were different with tattoos all over their skins, from head to toe. Tattoos at the time were very taboo, very shocking. You had people who had different birth defects. As a young, attractive woman, but had the problem of having a beard, a full-grown beard like a man. The bearded man, they called her. But with the pipes that could shake down the house when she opened her mouth and sang her songs. She was not afraid of the ridicule, the mockery. She was there to prove that she is a true person in heart. Besides the outer look of her, there's a true person deep inside our hearts. He brought to us tall people, 7 foot, even taller. He brought to us people who were overweight, monstrous, whale size. But in retrospect, really wasn't all it seemed. It was a bizarre. Anyway, During his quest, he finds that he's not making sales. He's not making ticket sales. A lot of people aren't coming to his show. A lot of critics are disagreeing with what he's doing, saying that he's a monster. A person who would just bring unique people and sell them for the highest bidder just to get a good laugh. But that's not what he wanted. He wanted to open people's eyes to the different points of view of life. A different concept of we're all unique inside. We all have different traits that we try to hide or bring out to public. And it's very hard for certain people that have unique traits to be recognized as part of society. And we don't want to let the people bring us down with hate and mockery, because those unique people are special. Even if you don't have unique traits, you're special inside. So he teams up with a world-renowned playwright who is played by Zac Efron, and the two of them team up and they start finding better acts, better performances to bring in the crowds, to bring in the numbers. They travel the world. They go to England and meet the Queen at the time, and they perform. And everyone in London's like, what is this? They were shocked. They were awed. They were mesmerized by the lights, the sound, and the magic of show. He falls in love. A taboo love. Even though he was in a relationship with this girl of his dreams, he falls in love with another woman. But this woman had bigger dreams of being with Barnabas, but his heart was still beating for his true love, and it did not work out. He finally, after a freak disaster, had to rebuild and figure out what he could do. And that's where he came up with the tradition circus tent that we now know and seen throughout your years of going to the circus with your family. So it was a good movie. It was the greatest musical I ever seen. I don't really care for musicals. Yes, I've seen Mamma Mia. Yes, Mamma Mia 2 is coming out. Okay, beside the point. I'm not really big into musicals, but this musical, it changed my view on musicals. I got hooked. I saw it twice. It was so good I had to see it again. Just like the circus, I had to see it again. I had to keep going back and enjoy the wonderful music, the wonderful choreography and magic behind this true story of Barnum Bailey. I highly recommend it to anyone that has not seen it. It's out on DVD now. You can also stream it on your local devices. If you have the DVD, you can actually stream it. It's the CD is out at your local CD store, or you can buy it online. Through the time that I watched this movie, and want to rate this movie on a musical stance, it's a 9 out of 10. Film-wise, if it wasn't a musical, it's a 9 out of 10. It's one of those movies that if you're having a bad day, pop this one in, and once that music hits your heart, it lifts your soul. You'll be singing along, doing your daily thing, and feel happy. And it's a very, very wonderful movie. So, as always, I'd like to thank you for joining me for this greatest show, the greatest movie review of all time, with me truly, your host, Corey. It's been a privilege, an honor to talk to you about this wonderful movie. And I hope tonight or the next day you think of what I just said and view it for yourself and tell me, were you not mesmerized or shocked or awed? I leave it there. Thank you. And as always, I will see you in the next video. This is Corey. Till next time, au revoir.